Council meeting, March 3rd, 2026. If you please rise and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you please remain standing. Our pastor was not able to make it this evening, so I will open us up with our invocation. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for being with us this evening. First, I would like to please pray that you watch over our troops. I pray that you guide the decision makers in all the efforts that are taking place overseas. I just pray a hedge of protection over all of them, Lord. We also have some of our local employees over there. I just pray protection over them and pray that you bring them home safe. Lord, I just pray that you guide us through this meeting this evening. Open our hearts, open our minds, and allow us to hear and see the things that you need us to see to make the right decisions. We thank you and we praise you in all things. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Roll call, please.
Mr. Nyer?
Here.
Mr. Regner?
Here.
Mr. Witt?
Here.
Mr. Dole?
Here.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Here.
Mrs. Wilson?
Here.
Approve council meeting minutes for February 17th, 2026.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Regner?
Yay.
Mr. Witt?
Yay.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Nyer?
Yay.
Mayor, at this time I'd like to make a motion to excuse Councilman Ryan Samuels.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Witt?
Aye.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Nyer?
Yay.
Mr. Regner?
Yeah.
Very good. We'll go ahead and move into the presentations, and just out of respect for all their time, I'm going to start with inviting Fire Chief Persong to the podium. I'm sorry?
I thought you were going to Mr. Fold first.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Thank you, Mayor, members of council. We're here tonight to...
I hear radios chirping back there, so I want to allow them the opportunity to be here for the swearing in.
Yeah, it's been a busy day for them, so
Yes.
hopefully we can get this in before it gets a little crazy. We're here tonight to swear in 4 new firefighters. One is a replacement firefighter. We just had a recent resignation. A gentleman went to another neighboring department for a full-time job. So we'll start with that one, and then I'll lead into the other 3 and how we got, or how we were very fortunate to have them. So the first one to swear in is going to be firefighter Ben Pritchard. Ben's a 2010 graduate of Elder High School. I think you left that off your application when we interviewed.
That might have changed things if I would have known that.
Okay, and I know there's at least one council member that's happy about that. He's also a 2012 graduate of Cincinnati State, where he earned his associate's degree in fire service technology. Ben has been a career firefighter paramedic with Delhi Township since 2013 and brings years of experience to our department, along with his other physical attributes. So, Ben, if you would come forward, please, and Mayor, if you would do the honors.
Solemnly swear or affirm
Solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
in the city of Harrison,
city of
and I will
and I will
enforce the laws
enforce the laws
and ordinances of
in ordinance of
the city of Harrison,
city of
state of Ohio, in the United States of America,
and the United States
I will, in all respects,
in all respect,
observe the provisions
observe
of the Charter and ordinances of
in ordinance of
the City of Harrison,
the city of Harrison,
and that I will
and that I will
faithfully and completely
faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office
of the office
upon which
upon which
I'm about to enter.
Ben's father, Pete Pritchard, who's also a retired Delhi fireman from years ago, is going to pin his new badge on him. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Lieutenant Allfield is going to present him. One of the traditions we have here in Harrison, anytime we promote somebody or hire somebody into a new position, we give them a new helmet to start their career off with. So, congratulations. We're excited to have you. Welcome aboard.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats, sir.
So, back at the end of 2024, we applied for a SAFER grant with the help of a grant writer that we hired and worked with. Fast forward to 25, that we were awarded that grant, and we were very thankful that all the elected officials allowed us to accept that grant. So the grant is a SAFER grant for it's staffing for adequate fire and emergency response. The total grant was $781,667. So the way the grant works is the federal government picks up 75% of the firefighter's salary and benefits. The only thing we were responsible for out of that is the other 25% plus their annual physical and fire gear. So that grant runs for 3 years. Year 1 is 75%, year 2 is 75%, year 3 is 35%, and it works on a reimbursement process. So hopefully the government opens back up here soon, so that we can get reimbursed for all of their wages. So the first candidate for the SAFER grant that I'm going to ask the mayor to swear in is going to be Miss Sydney Helms. Sydney is a 2022 graduate of Ross High School. She then attended Butler Technology and Career Development School, where she obtained her Firefighter 2 and EMT certifications. Sydney just last week passed and completed her paramedic training and became a nationally registered paramedic. Sydney has been active in the fire service since November of 2022. Mayor, if you would, sir.
I state your name. Solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Ohio, and that I will enforce the laws and ordinances of the city of Harrison, the state of Ohio, discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
Sydney, your father's gonna pin your badge on, right? Captain Newscale is gonna present you your helmet, so there you go. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, your badge fell off. Dad.
Yeah.
That's all right. You'll get it.
Yeah, no worries.
Congratulations.
Next will be Christopher Reeves. Chris is a 2024 graduate of Taylor High School and the Diamond Oaks campus. Chris then attended Scarlet Oaks campus where he obtained his firefighter 2 and EMT certifications. Chris is currently attending Cincinnati State paramedic program, which he should wrap up close to the end of the year, correct? Chris has been employed also with us as a part-time member since January of 2025.
I solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Ohio, and that I will enforce the laws and ordinances of the city of Harrison, state of Ohio, the United States of America, and that I will, in all respects, observe the provisions of the charter and ordinances of the city of Harrison, and that I will faithfully and completely discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. If anyone's looking for autographs, he's got one.
Chris's father is going to pin his badge on him, and Lieutenant Weil is going to present him with his helmet.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Next is Blake Bortman. Blake is a 2021 graduate of the Old Merg Academy. Blake attended the 2023 Coleraine Fire Recruit class, where he earned his firefighter 2 and EMT certifications. Blake also recently just completed his paramedic training and then will be taking a test soon, and he's been an active firefighter since 2023.
I'm sorry, I was just talking about the classes he just finished up. So, can you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I,
Blake's mom is gonna pin his badge on, correct? Lieutenant Weitzel is gonna present him with his new helmet. Mayor and council, that's all I have for you tonight. Again, I appreciate your support and let us take advantage of that grant and bring on some new young firefighters.
Absolutely.
So excited.
But yeah. So we're excited to have them, and again, we appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you. And while I'm sure you all would enjoy sitting and watching council, I can allow you the opportunity to exit.
If you'd like, unless you want to stay.
There goes our audience.
We do have
You
a
can't
fabulous
go.
guest this evening.
Kim, you can't go. Shit, he should have waited till he celebrated candy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and kick through a couple presentations, and then I'll invite Miss Jessica Miranda to the podium. And right now, I'd like to invite the American Legion. I'm assuming Miss Jean.
Oh, yes, right, sure, right.
Not many took my option to stay.
I know. Unfortunately, the fun leaves the meeting when everyone leaves.
I have the honor tonight to present a couple checks from the American Legion Charities Committee. Our first check would be to the city of Harrison for the 250 birthday celebration that's going to be coming up this year. We received a letter from Bridget Gunner asking us to support this endeavor. They want to buy flags and other things for the celebration. So I'd like to call on Kim Sovereign and Bridget to come up and accept the check. We have a check for you tonight for $2,500. You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
So on behalf of the Harrison Recreation Commission, us, the America 250 Committee, we thank the Legion for your dedication and service to the city of Harrison. You've been so generous, and we are going to take this money and we're going to buy flags and other America 250 commemorative items for display around our city to show everyone our American pride. So thank you, Jean.
You want to say what's going to kick off our
Yes.
celebration?
I was
where
just
we're
gonna have you-
start at, where we're going to finish.
So we are planning, so first of all, if you're interested in joining the committee, we'd love to have you. We could use your help. So we're gonna kick off our first event on April 25th, and it's a clean
Sweep for America. We've got multiple events. We have a flag recognition ceremony. We also have
We're going to have a
flag retirement ceremony.
at the American Legion on Campbell Road
At
at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, right. So if you have old flags or items that need to be retired, please bring those that day. We also have a community-wide cleanup, and there is a whole that's a nationwide effort across both our Western Ohio communities as well as nationally. And we have, we're going to go on to, I was going to say, 4th of July is our parade. We've got quite a lot of interest because we are the only parade this side of town that still has a 4th of July parade. And then on our car show, we've got a special award this year for the American Story, a car that represents the American, some sort of story of American, whether it be, we had one gentleman last year that comes to mind that had he bought his brother went off to serve in Vietnam, and his mom made him promise not to give the car to him, but he did. And so he has kept that car, and that's his way of honoring his brother.
Oh,
So cool stories out there. So we look
Several
forward to
events.
hearing.
Yes,
Yep.
several events, and we're looking for any suggestions you may have, volunteers. Yeah, please reach out.
Money.
Yes, money. Yes.
Thank you very
awesome.
much.
Thank you.
Kim, I greatly appreciate your effort, obviously with recreation, but with this 250, it's added to your plate, and you've been doing a banner job with it. So I greatly appreciate all your effort. I greatly appreciate both of your efforts.
Go team!
They have a team and it's very small. They need some more people to join them.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we're fun to
Thank
work
you.
with.
Yes.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And next, if I could have the mayor join us up here. As many of you know, we support, the American Legion Charities supports the Harrison Mayor's Fund. That is our #1 group that we sponsor each and every month. We make a pledge to them of $2,500 each and every month because we want to help our community. We want to help people in need, and that's what we do. So, there you go, Mayor.
Greatly appreciate it. Okay, next, I would like to invite Mr. Kenny Fole to the podium. So is it last month now? Last month?
Who's counting now?
After 78 years of working for the city of Harrison, Mr. Kenny Fole, who knows absolutely everything,
Everything.
where water lines are, sewer lines are, everything is, he decided to retire on us, which I do congratulate you on. But we're going to recognize him for his service this evening.
And you didn't have to wait a year for your flag, so.
I was going
Look
to
at
address
that.
that afterwards. So first, I'm going to read this certificate, and it's in regard to the flag. So every employee that retires, which I'm going to turn this around, the flag is flown the day that the employee retires. And then there's a little engraving down at the bottom in recognition of that. We also have a certificate, and then each employee that retires also receives a challenge coin. Obviously, Kenny has dedicated his life to serving the city and its residents, and we want to honor that. The challenge coin has been given out for decades, primarily in the military format, but it has worked its way into the municipal environment, police environment, fire environment. But we hand this out to each retired employee in recognition to their service. And if they don't have this, they get to buy me a Coke. So I'm going to read this real quick. The flag of the United States of America. This is to certify that the accompanying flag was flown over the Harrison Community Center on February 17, 2026 in honor of 31 years, not 78, 31-year career of Kenny Fole and in recognition of his retirement from the city of Harrison.
Yay.
Thanks. Thanks to everybody up there. Jay Hall. Took a lot of these. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kenny.
Congratulations, Kenny.
Congratulations.
Well deserved.
While Kenny may have retired from the city of Harrison, he is a township trustee, and we get to see him all the time. Yep.
And a neighbor.
Yeah, and a neighbor. And now I would like to invite Miss Jessica Miranda, our auditor for the Hamilton County, to the podium.
You're getting ready to see this presentation twice. All right. Well, congratulations on retirement, Kenny. And thank you for your service to the city of Harrison and the township of Harrison. Well, What an amazing legacy. Well, good evening, honorable council folks. Thank you so much for giving me space on your agenda. I know you probably have a packed agenda, as most of our local governments do, so I greatly appreciate your time. I will try to get through this presentation as quickly as possible, and then of course, if you have questions afterwards, I will stay around to address those as well. But my name is Jessica Miranda. I'm currently serving as your Hamilton County Auditor. Been in this position since I was appointed mid-2024. You all have probably are aware that we've had a couple different leadership changes within the County Executive Office, which is the Auditor's Office, and that is why, or what probed this necessity for me to get out here to all of our municipalities, townships, cities, villages. We're even doing some community councils and other organizations to give this presentation. Since it has been a while, our former longtime county auditor, Dusty Rhodes, served in this position for 32 years, so 1 year longer than you, Kenny. And he did a superb job and was way ahead of the curve, very innovative in his time, and starting in 1992 when he got elected to this position. So he created quite a legacy in this office. My dear friend Bridget Kelly served as our county auditor for 1 year before losing her battle with cancer. And so enter me, appointed to this position mid-2024, which did end my 5.5-year career in the Ohio State House serving as a lawmaker. So thank you for shouting out that vote, giving me the opportunity to put my vote on the record. But 5.5 years serving in the State House, especially in a leadership position like the one I was in, is more like 50.5 years. So thank goodness I'm still standing before you and hopefully don't have too many noticeable gray hairs. But other than that, I come with an expansive knowledge in local government, like what you all serve in here. I served on my local board of education, and state government, and now county government. And it's very, very important to me as a leader in this office and just in general as a public servant to strengthen those bonds we have between different levels of government, because as has already been outlined by your public comments tonight, votes matter. Votes are very important by our state reps and our state senators in the State House, and I'll have an ask for you here at the end of the presentation, which we'll get to, but that's just a little bit about me. So what we want to do with this auditor, so eloquently named, and I cannot take credit for that, my public affairs team gets to take credit for that, which by the way, this is Willow Lopez. She is my community engagement coordinator. Her director is Connor Morton, who is also a locally elected city council person, and he is the director of public affairs. These two positions have never been in the auditor's office before, and this is what allows us to get out into the community and bring the auditor's office to the people of Hamilton County to let you know what we do. So a majority of this tour is to simply introduce myself, let you know what the auditor's office does, a little bit about what we don't do, and correct some of that misinformation that's in the community. So I'm going to start with the responsibilities of the auditor's office, and I promise this will be an abbreviated explanation of our responsibilities, because if I went into every single responsibility we have, we could be here probably for 4 or 5 days. But suffice it to say that everything not mentioned in this bulleted list can be found in the Ohio Laws and Administrative Codes booklet that you see on the screen. So when you think of the county auditor, think of us, think of me as the chief financial officer of the county and the county's budget. We pay all of the county's bills. We are also the statutory payroll agent for the county's almost 5,000 employees. We are also, as everyone probably knows, the real property assessor, and we'll talk a little bit about our real estate reappraisal schedule here in a future slide. We are 1/3 of both the County Board of Revision as well as the County Budget Commission. And we are the administrator of 3 very important programs as prescribed by the state. First and foremost is the rental registration program. Folks should know here in Ohio, it is the law. If you are a landlord, you are supposed to file what's called a rental registration program or rental registration form with our office in the county government. We understand that municipalities like yourselves are starting your own rental registration programs. We welcome that. We just ask that we work together and share those lists so that we make sure all of our records are compliant with not only state law, but to protect our citizens. The end of last fall, we had some issues where we had folks who were being taken advantage of by folks pretending to be landlords in the community, and they were collecting security deposits and first month's rent from people and were never seen or heard from again. The easiest way to prevent this type of fraud from happening is for folks to go visit our website, pull up the property they're looking at renting, and making sure that the person they're talking to is actually the registered landlord. So if you all have that type of program here in the city of Harrison, we welcome you working with us to make sure both of our records match. We also run 2 property tax relief programs as prescribed by the state. One, of course, is the homestead exemption. We'll talk about that a little later. And then, of course, the owner occupancy credit, which simply states if you live in and own your primary residence, you get a tax credit on top of your property tax liability. Fun fact, we're also the dog licensors of the county. Don't ask me how that got worked into the auditor's responsibilities. But I would imagine back in the 1800s, they had a lot of things that they just threw in one basket, and it happened to be the auditor's basket. So if you have a canine friend, this is my opportunity to plug how important it is to get a dog license, not only because it's state law, but because if your dog gets away from you, we know where to send it back to, and so that it doesn't end up in one of our shelters. And I want to touch on the weights and measures department. Most of you know that if you go and pump gas at any of the 5,000 gas pumps in Hamilton County, you will see my name or my seal on your gas pump. Likewise, in your grocery stores, in your produce, deli meats and cheeses department, every weight machine that is used to weigh the produce, meats and cheeses that you are buying is also sealed by me and my team. Why? Because we are making sure that that pound of turkey that you're purchasing is actually a pound of turkey, and that gallon of gas that you are purchasing is actually a gallon of gas, so that you are not taking advantage of for your hard-worked money. So I would consider our weights and measures department to be our consumer protection arm of the auditor's office, and we really appreciate our humble staff of 3 civil servants that gets around the 3rd largest county in the state and gets all of that work done every year. And by the way, they have to change those seals on the gas pumps every single year. So it is a job. And one of the 3 of our civil servants that work in the weights and measures department hasn't missed a day of work in almost 30-something years.
Wow.
So Kenny, I don't know if you can compete with that, but he's pretty great. Oh, am I not pointing in the right spot?
She can do it for you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, really quickly, just some important reminders. Auditor in the center, obviously I'm out doing that now. I was here, it was either last week or week before, doing Harrison Township, the presentation to the township trustees. And so now I'm here with you, the city of Harrison. And we've gone all over the county. We are, I think, halfway through all of the 49 jurisdictions, it's safe to say at this point. And we're looking forward to wrapping this up by the end of the year as well. Also, I want to shout out the fact that for the first time as in my leadership here in the auditor's office, we've released the 2025 annual report. That is live now on our website. I would encourage you to go and take a look at that. And then, of course, we are still in the Board of Revision season. So most everyone you knows that if you do not agree with the home value as assigned to your property or parcel, there is a way under state law that you can contest that value, and that's called the Board of Revision process. We have done an expansive amount of work on the Board of Revision portion of our website, and we are getting more information out there, which I will talk about on a future slide. Let's see if it works now. No. Clicker's not working, sorry. Thank you for helping me out over there. So of course in the auditor's office we serve the community, but we certainly do not do it all. We do not collect property taxes, that is the county treasurer, Jill Schiller. We do not manage deeds for properties, that's the county recorder, Scott Crawley. We do not provide surveys or maps, that's our county engineer, Mr. Beck. And we certainly do not make abatement policy or have a vote in that, unfortunately. That is you all, the locally elected officials, combined with our state lawmakers who are elected to serve in the state capitol. In the auditor's office, we work in values, not taxes. This may be confusing for a lot of folks in the community, but I'm not going to read this slide to you verbatim. Suffice it to say that if your property value goes up or down 5%, that does not necessarily mean that your property tax liability follows and goes up or down 5%. And you can go ahead to the next slide. To prove that point, or to further prove that point that your property value is only one piece of your property tax formula, we like to provide a 3-area comparison. We've included Harrison in the middle, but all 3 of these parcels, and by the way, when you see the word parcel, that just means property. This is a residential property. All three of these properties are about the same value in 3 different jurisdictions across the county. So you'll notice that parcel, valued at a little over $236,000 in the city of Cincinnati, is paying a little over $5,000 a year for their property tax bill. Here in the city of Harrison, a little over $3,600 for the property tax bill. And then over in the city of Sharonville, a little over $3,900 for the property tax bill. So this is just a very, very good visual to prove the point that it truly depends on which jurisdiction you live in and what those tax codes are, combined with state law and the levies passed in your respective area for how much you come out of pocket to pay for your property tax liability. Thank you. So our reappraisal process, again, as statutorily required, all 88 counties here in the great state of Ohio are statutorily required to provide reappraisal processes. We do what's called a triennial, which is an every 3-year look, and a mass reappraisal, which is an every 6-year look. These happen on an alternating schedule, and it is staggered in terms of which counties are doing what appraisal at a time, meaning not all 88 counties are doing a mass reappraisal at the same time. So our triennial update, which is basically a desktop review, it's looking at comparable sales in the area, because that is what we are statutorily required to do, is to appraise property value at what's called FMV, or fair market value, is what we do. Just basically, again, desktop review, comparable sales. The mass reappraisal is done more of a boots on the ground process, where we are appraising all 350,000 parcels across the county. It is an immense amount of work, and our team of civil servants in the auditor's office do a really, really good job of making sure we have fair appraisals here in Hamilton County. And then just know, it is also an annual process as well. Permits are being pulled in all corners of the county. We get record of those as well, because our appraisal staff must then go out into the community. Say someone here in the city of Harrison pulled a permit to build a new deck. We got to send somebody out to inspect the new deck and assign that value to your property. So our appraisers are constantly working around the clock every year, whether or not it is one of these mass reappraisals or the triennial process, to make sure that all of our tax base is recorded and accounted for appropriately. And I will say, I always talk about this story that is very, very real in the auditor's office. Since we just got through Super Bowl season, it is a fact that after folks go over to neighbors' homes or families' homes anywhere in the county and they notice something a little different than what it says on our website, we will get a bunch of calls from folks that will say, Bill and Susie, I'm here to tell you their basement is finished, your website doesn't say it's finished, and oh, by the way, they have an extra bathroom down there and we think you need to go out and look at it. So it will get caught if you don't pull a permit. So we love to remind folks when we're out in the community how important the permitting process is, and it's because we want to keep transparent and accurate records on our website and so much more. So please,
I will say,
folks,
you're extremely efficient at it, because
Yes.
I drove the last screw on my deck, and you were in my backyard. So.
Mayor, that's what I love to hear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can go ahead to the next slide. So with that, I'm just, with the next couple slides, and by the way, council folks, you have in front of you my presentation in printed out form. You also have my business card, the business cards of my public affairs team, as well as our brochure of services as outlined in the auditor's office. And we like to give you all of this as well, not only to help me educate our shared constituencies, but to also help you all and contact our office if you should ever need anything. Truly, it is an open door policy, and our civil servants stand at the ready to assist you or any of your neighbors with anything you need. So I mentioned earlier, our illustrious former auditor, Dusty Rhodes, started out with a website back in the early 90s that was kind of a trailblazing moment, if you will. I truly believe that our auditor's website is the gold standard out of all 88 counties across the state, and it has been since the early 90s. We have tons of people that compare our website to other counties, and they love ours, and I'm happy to report that. But
lovely.
we knew that we needed to bring the website up to 2026, right? And there is a federal law out there that goes into effect soon that government websites the size of ours have to be accessible to the public. So you will notice on our home page, we have an accessibility plugin. That button will put our website into multiple different fonts for dyslexia. It will turn it into a multiple different colors to meet folks that have various different color blindnesses, and so much more. So we are now compliant with federal law, and it looks more aesthetic and more user-friendly, I would like to say, here in 2026. We also have a translation tool. Our website can now be translated into over 100 different languages. This is important because we have about 112,000 unique visitors per month to our website, and they come from over 100 different countries, excuse me. So that's important. And then I know it's not sexy government work, but we now have a search bar, whereas we never did before. And that has proven to be so helpful. If you're looking for a certain spreadsheet, or you're looking for, the fiscal report from the city of Harrison, you can simply type that in and it'll pop it up everywhere it shows on our website, which has been very, very helpful. Next slide. With that, I've already mentioned a little bit the Board of Revision tools that we have put in place. We now have a 3-part video series on this part of our website, which has been very, very helpful to the residents of Hamilton County. This page goes all the way down with a number of questions and answers to help residents understand what the Board of Revision process is, what evidence looks like, and what type of evidence would help their case out the most. And then the other important piece, again, I realize it's not sexy government work, but there is a pop-up button. It pops up and says, "Did you read the directions?" And you have to click yes or no. And that has proven to be so helpful as well as we work to educate the Hamilton County residents on what this process is and what it isn't. My only plug I will say about the Board of Revision is the Board of Revision is a process to contest your home value, not your property taxes. Property taxes will be adjusted based on what your outcome is, but it is to contest your home value. A lot of folks get that confused. So next slide. Last thing I'll say about our website, the updates we have done are very, very intentional. You will notice the property search button is in relatively the same place it always was for 32 years before it was updated. So all of these things were intentionally thought about by our team, and we hope that you like the new outlook and the way that it looks, so that we can continue making sure that it is the gold standard and remains that way for the entire state of Ohio. And you can go ahead to the next one. This might very well be my favorite part of the website. So I'm sure all of you have seen that previous screen, which is the property summary page of any parcel that you pull up in the county. This is, of course, the tax distributions part of any property in the county. And I love this because not only is it a beautiful and colorful pie graph, but this shows you down to the penny where your property tax dollars are going, so that you can be educated and an engaged citizen in knowing where your money is going. This is broken down on a semi-annual basis because that's how our taxes are due here in Hamilton County. But you will notice that the majority portion of this pie graph for most properties here in the county, the largest portion is going to be what?
School.
Public schools. Why? Because school funding is still unconstitutional in the great state of Ohio. So until that changes and the state kicks in more of their fair share, it is over-reliant on us, the property owners. Therefore, we are always paying the biggest portion of our property tax bill to our local schools. We were this close, speaking of state house votes, to fixing this and installing what's called the Fair School Funding Plan. While I was there in the State House, we passed this in the last 2 biennium budgets. This most recent biennium budget, they were supposed to pass and complete the 3rd phase of the Fair School Funding Plan, and unfortunately our state lawmakers abandoned the Fair School Funding Plan, and now we're back to square one. And if you look at the numbers and the percentages of the makeup of what the state gives to public schools versus what we give as property owners, it's actually worse than it was when the Supreme Court originally voted it unconstitutional. So we're in a worse place because we haven't fixed public school funding here in the state of Ohio. Next slide. This is a slide a little bit more about the rental registration program. Just know we do not charge a fee under state law for landlords to file this required document with us. However, if we do come across a landlord that has not filed this with us, we do have the authority to give them a $150 penalty. So I would just ask again to have you work with us in the auditor's office to make sure all landlords here in the city of Harrison are accounted for, as well as across the entire county. Next slide. Okay, here's my ask. So the homestead exemption,
Everybody's looking.
one of 2 property tax relief programs we can administer in the auditor's office. Unfortunately, the homestead exemption has lost its luster. It no longer has the bang for its buck that it once had when it was first created. And if our state lawmakers truly, truly cared about providing instant property tax relief to the people who need it most, who are our senior citizens, those living on a fixed income, they would fix and adjust the homestead exemption. The homestead exemption has not properly been adjusted to meet inflation requirements, and this graphic is probably the most telling of that. As you can see, over a decade ago in 2014, the average home value was a little over $155,000. Folks that were on the homestead exemption and benefiting from this tax relief program were receiving $565 as their credit, or their exemption, if you will, off of their property tax liability. Cut to 2024. Home values have increased almost 70%. The homestead exemption only went up 7%. So that is the most telling argument as to why folks that are senior citizens and living on fixed incomes are the most impacted by the property taxes that we are seeing skyrocket here in our state. And this should be the thing that was addressed first. Unfortunately, it hasn't been. There are several bills collecting dust in the State House that have something to do with fixing or enhancing the homestead exemption, and they are not getting the proper legislative process that they deserve. So my ask to you, as fellow elected officials, is to please contact your state rep, your state senator, and even the governor if you'd like to send him an email as well, because the governor himself put together a property tax working group that identified this as one of the things that needs to be fixed. And I would just ask that you help me help you and help us, the Auditors Association of Ohio, as we are in the State House hallways providing testimony on why these bills are so important. And next. This also is just, again, I'm not going to read this to you verbatim, but the owner occupancy credit, if you live in and own your home, you do get a credit off of your property tax bill for your primary residence here in the state of Ohio, and that's the second of 2 property tax relief programs we are allowed and authorized to administer as the county auditors. And then lastly, this last slide probably looks like any closing slide you've seen on any PowerPoint presentation, but I want to just point out really quickly that this is historic in nature. Our auditor's office has never had its own social media platforms. We now do. We are on 4 different social media platforms. If you're not following us already, I would ask you to please do so. We know that it's 2026. People are accessing their information in many different ways, and social media is one of them. So we want to make sure that this information that we give to you on this auditor is also being communicated in that way on our social media platforms. So again, thank you for the time on your agenda. Hopefully I didn't go over too long, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those for you as well.
Any questions at this time?
Great presentation.
And I love your site.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like I know you because I use it so often.
Navigate.
Yeah, it is nice that you left the property search tools.
Yep. We didn't want to hear all of those complaints. We want to make it accessible and transparent and accountable.
Hamilton, or Butler counties isn't bad, but it's not.
It's horrible.
It's not Hamilton County, and I look at all these counties all over Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky, and it's like, geez. I wish
Butler
it just
County's
all be
isn't,
like ours.
it's not alphabetical. I don't like it. Anyway, you do a great job.
Well, thank you. We greatly appreciate that, and we will take that back to the rest of the team at the auditor's office. And again, open door policy. Go home, check your property summaries tonight. If you think you should be getting the owner occupancy credit and it's not on there for some reason, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and our team will make sure that you're getting everything that you should be and get you approved for those things that you should be approved for here in the state of Ohio.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. I greatly appreciate it. Ma'am, thank you. That is our last visitor in our presentation section.
Hi, you guys.
So we will go ahead and move into our business session. The first item is to vote on an ordinance to approve an LPA ODOT LPA ODOT LET project agreement, improvement of traffic signals at New Haven Road and Harrison Avenue and West Road and Harrison Avenue.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Nyer?
Yay.
Mr. Regner?
Yay.
Mr. Witt?
Yay.
The next item in the business session is to vote on an ordinance amending the amounts appropriated to various funds of the city of Harrison. This hasn't happened in a bit, and Ryan Samuels isn't here to talk about it.
I know.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a first and second. Would you like to discuss anything that's on the list? Does anybody have any questions for Kim?
No.
Very good. Roll call.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Nyer?
Yay.
Mr. Regner?
Yay.
Mr. Witt?
Yay.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
And the last item is to set a hearing or no hearing for a liquor license transfer from KMS Drive-Thru Inc. at 204 North State Street, Harrison, to SJB Drive-Thru at 204 North State Street, Harrison, Ohio.
No hearing.
No hearing.
Yeah. I'll
No
make a
hearing.
motion, yeah.
Very good. Okay, we'll go ahead and move into reports. The majority of my last couple of weeks has been either traveling or meeting around economic development conversations. While I can't speak specifically to any one of them, it's primarily around those conversations. Coming up, we do have the Greater Harrison Chamber of Commerce Job Fair this coming Thursday, and I'd encourage everybody to stop out and visit. It's going to be a great opportunity.
I need to make a motion to add an item to the agenda. In regards to the charter review?
Yes.
Once you're done with your
Yep.
report.
I'll just finish my thought, and then we'll go backwards
Yeah,
real
I
quick.
just thought of it, sorry.
Nope, that's fine. And we're going to have a lot of different businesses out there, so I encourage both the young and more mature, we're not going to say old, more mature to stop out and visit. And the city of Harrison will have a display set up, so anybody that's interested in police, fire, water, sewer, streets can stop down and visit, and we'll have conversations with you. That's the only item that I have, so we're going to bounce back to Tanner.
Apologize for the interruption prior to that, but I would like to make a motion to add an item to the agenda.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
We have a second, so roll call.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Nyer?
Yay.
Mr. Regner?
Yay.
Mr. Witt?
Yay.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Okay,
And then for this item, I would like to make a motion to appoint the following members to the Charter Review Committee. Mayor Ryan Grubbs, Kim Downey, Bill Dieters, Edward Witt, Bill Nyer, Kathy Lawyer, Joe Combs, Greg Ellsburn, Hank Menninger, Greg Kathman, and Andy Graff.
okay, we have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. So every 5 years, the city of Harrison goes through a complete charter review. We are a chartered city. This document can be found on our city website and can be read front to back. It's not very long, but every 5 years, we go through a complete review. The last review that took place, the recommendations after the Charter Review Committee goes through and combs through everything, they take their recommendations, present it back to council, and council has the ability to either move it to adoption or to let it go, basically. So no changes were made at the last charter review. So we are revisiting this. So we do have the first and the second. Is there any other conversation? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Nyer?
Yay.
Mr. Regner?
Yay.
Mr. Witt?
Yay.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Very good. Are there any other items?
Sorry about that.
Before I move on with our
Drop the ball, forgot about that before you reports.
reports. I'm done.
I cut it right off. It was like a light bulb instantly.
Mayor, with the job fair that's coming up, I know they do want people to pre-register if possible, please. And it is from 3:30 to 6 this Thursday at the Activity Center at the high school. Students do go first, and then the adults follow that. Sorry.
Especially if you have children that need childcare.
Yes, they do provide free childcare if you pre-register stating this.
Anything else? Mr. Dieters.
Mr.
I
Mayor.
won't even call you Mr. Law Director. I'll call you Mr. Dieters.
Well, thank you. Mr. Mayor, members of council, I have no report this evening.
Very good, thank you, sir. Mr. Nyer, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I'd like to congratulate the 4 new firefighters, Ben Pritchard, Sidney Helms, Christopher Reeve, and Blake Borman. I wish them all long and prosperous careers with the city of Harrison. Next, I'd like to congratulate Kenny Fole. That's a tremendous career. High bar to be set by him. Not too many employees in any business this day and age, municipal or not, get 30-plus years of service in. So, 2 great things tonight, and then the street, stormwater, and utility committee met this evening, and I have some updates from each department. Water department, Mark Hoffman has been promoted to the water department coordinator, and that'll be effective April 3rd. The current coordinator is leaving the city employment. We've hired 2 wastewater technicians. One will start March 16th and the other March 23rd. The street department, Dave Perkins and Cam Rolfus are now certified for industrial vegetation license through the Ohio Department of Agriculture, which means we can now control our weeds legally. Wastewater department is reviewing the industrial pretreatment program and the users. They do that every 5 years. 2 of the limits are being slightly relaxed. Cyanide and phenols probably doesn't mean much to anybody, but to the people in that program, it makes a difference. The city has the ability to treat for those, so that's good. The council will need to, in the near future, update the regulations related to that. We are still working on the issue of the Carolina Pines and Asheville Pines, whether they'll be dedicated to city streets or not. That's not going to be a short path to a conclusive answer, but we're working on that. The bridge over Dry Fork, ODOT is still working on the plans. Regardless of what you might have seen, there's no fixed closing date yet. And Carolina Trace Road, it will not be until at the earliest May 23rd that there's any closure on that road. It could be later. It will not be before the school year is over. And that concludes my report this evening.
Very good. Mr. Egner.
Mayor, I do not have a report tonight.
Very good. Mr. Witt.
I also do not have a report tonight.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Dole.
Thank you, Mayor. We had a tech and media meeting tonight. In summary, MPath is moving forward with our new website development items. We've learned a little bit about that. We'll see more on that as the year goes. We have had David from HCC, a software company that we contract with. He's been coming in on Tuesdays and Thursdays, more or less just doing administrative support, different little things, helping keeping all of our smaller things throughout the community center in different areas rolling, so Kim can stay focused on the administrative and finance side of the city. And outside of that, I would like to remind everybody that we have a planning commission meeting next Tuesday, March 10th at 7:30.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Ms. Patty.
I'll be happy to make up for the fact that they don't have reports tonight, and Ryan's not here. We did have an economic development meeting tonight. As everyone probably noticed, grading has started on the new Target on Harrison Avenue. We should have a listing of businesses coming within the next 2 to 3 weeks that we'll be able to share with the public at that time. Paradigm, the Haven at Whitewater, meeting will occur in the next 2 weeks to finalize the TIF, and then we should see some movement in that area as well. Fifth Third Bank is going to be one of our outlots at Target. You may also notice that Valvoline is coming to the old Taco Bell in Harrison, so it should be torn down momentarily. I mean, we should see it in the next couple weeks that there is no more old Taco Bell for people to see. We also have a modern era hair salon coming to a storefront near the gazebo down on Harrison Avenue in the district. The comprehensive plan finalized everything other than the zoning. We have a tentative date to present it to the public, which will be at Hearth Brewing on April 1st. We have it slated for 6 p.m. I will confirm that in the next meeting. We also have a new district event coming to the downtown stores, which will be on March 28th The time is yet to be announced, but it will be craft beers, craft night, craft musicians. So look for information to come for that. Our downtown district is also selling district town cards. They're $25 for the local businesses, and you will get a discount at every business that you buy a card for. When submitting a permit to the city, please, please, please submit your permit online. It will expedite things more quickly. It's a very smooth process, and we would really be thankful if you could submit online. Permits in February, we had 28 building and zoning, 12 new residential homes, and 13 property maintenance cases. And I just have one more thing. Tree Board met last week, and our Arbor Day celebration will take place on Tuesday, April 28th at 7 p.m. at the Harrison Public Library. We will have a speaker, and we will be giving away free black gum seedlings at that event. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Can you repeat the comprehensive plan information again?
Sure.
For the next viewing?
Yes.
Public?
So our comprehensive plan, which we have finalized other than zoning, we would like to present it to the public. In order to do this, we are going to do a presentation at Hearth Brewing on April 1st at 6 p.m. And what we'll do is we will have door prizes available. Everyone will be able to ask questions, and they can check out our presentation on the comprehensive plan with American Structure Point, who walked us through the entire process.
Magnificent, thank you. I do want to encourage everybody and anybody to please come to that viewing. That's a last chance to really have good conversation around it before it's finalized. Once it's finalized, it'll be probably 5 years again before we revisit this. So while I can't promise any changes from feedback, it's your chance to voice anything that you see in this comprehensive plan. So please try to make time on April 1st to stop out and visit at Hearth Brewing at 6 p.m.
They will also hopefully be at the Easter egg hunt going on that weekend as well. But the Hearth Brewing they'll be available for questions.
Very good. Thank you, Ms. Petty.
Thank you.
Ms. Jean.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to remind everyone, today is the first Tuesday of the month. Please do your buddy checks. Please check in on your neighbors, your family, your friends. No one knows what someone else is going through. I read an article today where a 16-year-old young man took his own life because he'd been severely depressed. That makes me so sad that he feels that he had no one to reach out to, no one that he could talk to try to help. And it breaks my heart.
Especially with it being this time of year after the winter that we've had, where people have been trapped indoors, and now we have the next 5 days of gloomy weather. It's time to check on your people. Yeah. And if they're not your people, make them your people. It hurts nobody to call and say hi.
Also like to remind everyone to please visit your area fish fries. Your support means everything to these groups. Our local ones are the VFW on Lawrenceburg Road, the AMVETS on South State Street, the Legion on Campbell Road, and the Kiwanis hold theirs in the parking lot of Harrison Building Loan on New Haven Road. These are their annual fundraisers. They get a lot of their funding through this to do different projects in our community, so please support them. Also, I'd like to report that the Hamilton County Veteran Service Commission has officially moved. We are in our new location at 1701 Patricia McCullum Way in Cincinnati. It's a beautiful facility. We probably increased our space by at least 4 times what we had downtown. It's free parking. They moved over last week, and so there might have been a couple disconnects if someone was trying to reach them, but they're back into business, and we're really looking forward to them being able to do so many more great things for our Hamilton County veterans. And they have certified service officers. Please don't fall for these scams that you see on the internet where people say they'll help you get your compensation if you're a veteran. Please use each county in Ohio, all 88 counties, has a Veteran Service Commission. You go there, they'll fill out your paperwork, they'll work on your claim. It's free of charge. Please don't fall for these scams where these lawyers are taking 30, 40, 50% of your claim. Don't do it. It's really disgusting. Also, lastly, please keep the following families in your prayers. These following people lost their lives in Operation Epic Fury. Captain Cody Carl from Winter Haven, Florida. Sergeant First Class Noah Tagans from Nebraska. Sergeant First Class Nicole Armour from Minnesota. And Specialist DeClain Kobe from Iowa. Our hearts go out to these families. It's hard enough to be separated from your loved ones, but then to lose them, I know what these families are going through, and they're going to have some very trying days ahead of them. So please keep them in your prayers. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Very good. Thank you, Gene. Are there any other items? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Nyer?
Yay.
Mr. Egner?
Yeah.
Mr. Witt?
Yay.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Mr. Samuels?
Yay.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
We stand adjourned. Have a great evening.